topic for today. Every speaker is going to come and talk about that. So, without further ado, let's welcome our next speaker, Professor Dr. K.S. Gupta, KSG Center for Quality Minds, Bangalore, transforming people through empowerment and mind programming. An empowerment guru, PhD on empowerment from IIT Bombay, MBA HRM Marketing and International Management, Amy applied electronics responsibilities like foreign quality expert for Bangladesh University, Director IQAC, Professor OBHR, Dean and Director in B schools, Manager to Deputy General Manager, areas like aircraft, manufacturing and export, corporate L&D, academics, research and consultancy, PhD guide, best teacher and distinguished teacher awards. So this is for Dr. K.S. Gupta. Over to you, sir. So please go ahead and let us enlighten on relationship. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gaurav or Amit, for giving not only welcoming, but with energized introduction. Introduction itself energizes the speaker and come forward to share his or her own experiences. This is a divine arrangement, I call it, of course, through Mr. Kushal and other people and their team who have worked past 2 weeks without sleep or proper sleep, let me say. They have worked hardly, slept hardly an hour and bring to this stage where I am fortunate enough to speak in front of you all. The topic, roadblocks in building empowering relationship, as it is introduced. Bit more I want to start with beginning my life journey with thanking to Almighty, as well as grateful to all of you, as well as thankful to Kushal and particularly all the participants, because they energize back to again us to go far by confirming that I'm going the right track and go ahead. Life journey is like going into the cave or driving in night or driving in daytime. It depends upon the hurdles, it depends upon the light, it depends upon the sight you can have, and accordingly you start preparing and moving and on the way keep clearing. My journey too had been like this only. When I was in class 8, my elder brother was in 10th, and I saw a book called Arithmetic by Dr. Rastogi, MA, PhD. That time I came to know PhD is the highest qualification. But to my surprise, I don't say bad luck, to my surprise, I couldn't go to the school in class 9th. And then journey started with the tough road, blind curves, and without light. Now, by now, you imagine that when class 8 student, what he has learnt in life and what he can do. But with that, I started private study and keep on developing. And ultimately, it has been wonderful experience of my life that I studied with my son in IIT Bombay together, side by side hostel, and he was number 1 in IIT Bombay, and I have done my PhD in 3 years, which is record in IIT Bombay. So that is what the goal brings in life. If my goal was there from the class 8, and I could achieve after the age of 46, with concurrently growing in all the direction, work, family, children, and other aspect of life. So why I share that if you have a goal and you focus on the goal, path you can find out. Path you can find out and you can travel definitely. Now that is what is the wish, transform to want, transform to need, transform to desire, and then action and result, which alone does not work. So, importance of relationship, I think past two sessions have been so energizing, and more or less somewhere or other it has been covered the relationship issues also during the process. And my job become little less, but however, I will put my two researches in front of you. One, I have done one item research. If you are given opportunity, would you like to change your spouse in 2002 all over the country, around 600 samples, and this is the result. Second, one of the research in empowerment data 10th and 12th class student in Bangalore, different schools. And low scoring student, when I had a discussion with them, most of them, they said, I hate my parents. It was surprise to me, great surprise to me. How do they say hate my parents? So, but these two studies tells never take any relationship granted. So as to the relationship to the self itself. When I ask this question, whom do you love most apart from parents? I used to get the most of the answer responses that they love other than self. Some of the speaker already mentioned love yourself, and therefore I need not talk much. I straightway say love yourself, and for loving, give a tight hug. Communicate to your body, I love you. You are my first priority. And therefore, give a tight hug, remind itself every day, twice, thrice, fourth. That is what my suggestion and importance to provide this direction. What is the love? Love has three constituent elements. One is called acceptance, accept. Another is called respect. And then third called awareness. Now, when I don't love myself, I am not accepting myself. That is the root cause. And when I don't accept, I will not respect. And when I don't respect, I will not be aware. So, whole life, our awareness is very low. Life continues. We pass the time, but awareness is required to be enhanced. And therefore, it starts from the accepting. The moment we start, and already some people have already covered, I've been attending throughout, that if you don't accept, you will not be able to grow. And therefore, love is that. And that is why my first preference is love yourself, give a tight hug almost 4 to 5 times every day. And let me ask one simple question. How many of you, when did you say your loved ones, maybe spouse, I love you? And you may be scratching the head, or you may not be able to recollect sometime. You said once in a life, that's good enough. But my dear, it's not. Now, roadblocks too, because the topic is that a few I am talking, there are many. I have studied, researched, and published the number of papers. I have done more than 20,000 people covered on the empowerment and related topic. And I don't have the count how many people I have woken them from sleep, make them to walk, make them to run, and left them, and they are running. That's part gives me happiness and encouragement that keep doing, people will change, and they will make change in others. It becomes a chain. So unbalanced development, people have already discussed about this. Inability to manage the chain due to difficulties, learned helplessness, lack of awareness. And I've told about the lack of awareness. Much time is not there, therefore, only with that love, acceptance, and awareness are the factor. Sorry, respect, and awareness are the factor. And lack of understanding the negatively dominant mind programs. That is what I call it, understanding the program. I studied for about 4 years about the dominant negative programs, and with the research I published, and then started working on how to help the people to reprogram, and past about 12 years precisely, I've been working only on reprogramming more and more. And this leads to the poor habits, poor relationship with self and others. I gave you that triangle. If self-love is not there, acceptance is not there, and respect is not there, awareness is not there, then love is not there, and therefore relationship will be poor. And same thing goes to other. I already told difference between mind. There are the two programs we all are having, pre-birth and post-birth. Pre-birth program is like in computer terminology, we call it operating system. So we all are born with basic operating system and more or less similar hardware. Let's not go back to the first speaker today morning. Otherwise, in general, we all are born with the similar hardware and software. Similar, I'm talking, more or less little bit difference. However, this operating system will be switched on the computer, and that is what after birth we. But what happened? Window or another program we have loaded, and that's why we are different. We are different because of only software we develop. So I call it born to succeed and program to fail. All are born similar, same. So why do some people succeed, some people fail is only our programming. And here again, 4 elements of our human development: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. And there are certain parts of energy drain left with the goals. So if we reduce the energy drain, if we enhance the energy of the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual part, we will have more energy for the goals to achieve. Now, people focus on, lot many people keep on talking time management. This is one resource provided to all of us equal. No other resource in the world is given equal except time, which we most of the time waste it or misuse it. So, and keeping a balance in all this, one study says physical diseases are, because of the physical reason, 10%, mental 15%, emotional 25%, and spiritual, just previous session, 50% diseases are there. It means our development, if it is a balance between physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, we will have a better health, better automatically energy, and better achievement of the goals, and then transformations. As I said, learned helplessness. Elephant is not weak. Grown elephant is tied with the small rope with the nail. It is learned. And therefore, we also become over a period of time by like this. We become helplessness. We accept helplessness and therefore don't move ahead. So we have to understand at every step of everywhere, we have to question, is it I'm really helpless or helplessness? And if it is learned, let us overcome by relearning. And that is what the program will help. And one of the research says again, mind programming, that as I said, within the 10 hours of child birth, the number of experiments carried out in US, I follow them, and they found again some balanced manner of these 3 emotions in almost every child, that is love, fear, and anger. But what happens as we grow? Love start growing and start reducing, drooping down. Whereas fear and anger continue to grow. So our life becomes fear dominant. As I said, the love, we take it granted. Once in a life, we said our partner, our spouses, our children, I love you, and think that is over for life. No, dear, you have to keep communicating to reinforce, and accordingly, actions are to be also supported. Now, ideally, the love should continue to grow and fear and anger should decrease, but doesn't happen. It means our efforts should be to increase the love and reduce the fear and anger. Now, fear, sometimes what happens, it's not real. False emotions appear real. Most of our community people are behavioral side, they know. Now, this false fear, fear is most of the time false. I don't know how many of you have seen the dog chasing cat. Actually, dog is not chasing the cat. Cat invites the dog to chase. Unfortunately, we think dog is chasing. So anyway, time is less. This phenomena I can explain you very nicely. So the same way, we also invite the fear to keep on chasing us. If we chase the fear, fear will run away, but it doesn't happen. We invite it. One of the research, 2006, throughout the world, through internet, more than 3 lakh sample collected and then done what people are searching for. And the topmost number 1 requirement people are searching for love. It means, when do we search anything? When we do not have and we need it. It means people do not have and they need it. I'll go faster here. Why it is? And another research says parents must have told to the child up to the age of 15 years, 1,48,000 times on average, no are related to no, and 3,000 times yes. My purpose of bringing this data is not to show you data accuracy, but show you the gap between them. And therefore, our life becomes no negative dominant. I always focus, have been focusing that if you want to keep a plant green, you cannot keep washing the leaves. We have to pour the water in the root, but most of the time keep washing the leaves, and therefore we never change. Someone said already have a shift, and that is what I also say. Shift means 1 degree turn you have, you will reach to your goal if you are not going that goal and you understand. So we are dominantly programmed for no or related to no. You can observe, I give you the observation, you can observe two people conversation. It starts with no, it ends with no, and one will say no, another will say no, no, no. Yes is missing from the scene totally. And we keep communicating, keep understanding with no for yes. That's the kind of situation happen over a period of time. We'll keep on asking thing. Another thing, most of the time people ask very dangerous question. Don't you think? What is the purpose of asking this question? They want to communicate. I think, unfortunately, they put on the challenge on the somebody's thinking. Don't you think? And if somebody says yeah, somebody tells no, that's over. That was not their question. Question was something else. Answer will be closed by telling no. So this is the dangerous way of dominant of no happening in the life. I request all of you, please do not put this question, don't you think? Say, I think, and tell what you think. Or submit it to and what you think you can ask. But don't say, don't you think? Now, there is a law of dominant thinking. Somebody already discussed whatever we think we become. I need not talk about. So what is the dominant program is most of the time we are thinking no and negativity. I already explained to you. Anger, declining love, fear of failure and success. Time is less, so I will not talk. Keep on thinking, and later on you can connect to me. I will be able to clarify. I keep conducting about 18 hours, 20 hours programs in this area, and 18 minutes I have to summarize. Avoid punishment than attracting reward. Most of the people, they are not attracted to the reward. They are programmed for avoiding punishment, and therefore all the laws are there. If you don't do, you will be punished. All the rules are there. If you go office or school or anywhere, if your attendance is late, what is the punishment? Payment will be cut. What is punishment? Marks will not be given. You will not be allowed to. Everywhere focus is on punishment than the reward, because people do not attacked by reward but avoid punishment. Blaming others are of you know, learnless, I have told you already. We are a strong elephant, but we have learned to accept that we cannot. Some other exercises are there to also explain during the workshop how it is dominant. Remaining comfort zone, yes, we don't want to come out because of all these factors are not allowing us. And already one speaker, he talked about the confidence he has been. Again, you can observe that one of the speaker kept on asking, do you agree? Do you agree? It was those 5: love, acceptance, validation. He was looking for validation. Am I right? And therefore keep on telling, do you agree? Otherwise, it will not be. So these are the certain needs of the people. And if you identify, probably you'll be able to help them to overcome. Is speaking acceptable truth. I have given the positive terminology in bracket written plain lie. Now, intention of the parents is always speak truth, but the process program children to speak or tell lie, that is called speaking acceptable truth. We speak what is acceptable by others. We don't speak the truth. And if we start speaking a little more truth, it will take time, but your acceptability and the reliability will improve automatically. It takes time. I was also, like anybody, I was also programmed by society, parents, and whatever, and went to school only up to 8. But the moment I understood, I started studying and reprogramming myself. And I have reprogrammed totally. and I program my children who are world class leader. I am proud of that. So the kind of reprogramming helps. Then I conducted 5 workshop in apartments, reprogramming parents' mind to empower teens, and the results were surprisingly so high. Development that 60s scoring jumped to 80s and 90s in 1 year. That's the kind of impact is there in parents reprogramming, not children. So reprogramming works because of student syndrome. I think you all can guess what is this syndrome. Most of us, we have whole life. It's not only during studentship. We study before examination, doing the thing last moment, and therefore result will not be what we wanted. So we accept last button syndrome. I have observed so many certs, last 2 button space will be hanging. So that is the kind of results are there. And finally, I've not stated more. Number of others are there, but few I have given. It leads to reverse glass syndrome, and energy drain is very heavy, leading to unsuccessful habit, and phobia keep on increasing further. So though it is fear is there, but fear keep on increasing. And already somebody has told about this, that spending 10 seconds a day positive thinking, whereas 16 hours we are dealing on negative because of this dominant program. And this is what says program to fail. Cowboy means, sitting horseback, freely moving, whereas 24 safety devices put for the 24 unsafe condition, and therefore it cannot move. So purpose was freely moving, and result is cannot move. And that is what we keep doing. We keep doing these safety devices, and result is what is not required. Uh, Let us talk about the bit empowerment. Definition is very simple. Most definition, it took me 1 year during my PhD. Process of sharing power. People struggle. I don't have power. People don't give power. Don't worry. Share the power. If you share with others, you are empowering others. If you share somebody power, you are empowering yourself. And provide enabling environment. What is meaning? Removing hurdles. If you remove hurdle for you, you are self-empowering. And if you remove hurdle for, you are empowering others. That's all the definition for the completion. Process of in what is called empowering relationship is love unconditionally. I think people have discussed because of starting reduce the fear, generate confidence. Already discussing appreciate continuous since someone already covered it. Celebrate each success. This is very important phenomenon. How do you celebrate? Your son has brought, let us say, some 85% marks in 10th and comes home with the very happy that he scored 85%. Then what do you say? You never studied, you should have scored 90%, so and so scored, so and so scored. You started bombarding. Then husband comes, then husband and wife will have again nice what is called struggle for this issue, and finally there will not be dinner on that day. And I'm telling you, celebrate. That's the kind of situation is there. Build the bridges, and somebody already discussed stop bullying. So few points are there, these only two. And reduce the reprogramming start here. Reduce usage. I'm not telling remove. Reduce the usage of these 4 words. 5 words written. Okay. I'll tell you 4 only. Fifth one is okay. Problem. This is such a powerful word. You think of your energy is lost. And if you transform it to the other word, I'll tell you, then no, you already have explained you. But the moment somebody says, how was this Gupta session? It was good, but over. You have gone back to the original position. Whatever transformation and change has to happen, it will not happen. This is such a powerful word to keep you in the same status quo. That I call it dark still position. It never allows you to change. And another word is, normally people use, most of the time all these 4 words are used. You observe. People use, so expert 2 sentences, they will use immediately all the 4 words. Try. It means, when do you say try? When you are not confident, you are not having that you will do it, and therefore you say try. And internally you have communicated, I will not do it. So this powerful word is further damaging. These 4 words start reducing consciously. Somebody has already told power of subconscious, but programming has to be done consciously. The moment you do the programming, then some conscious will take over to work on that automatically. So you have to power it by conscious reprogramming, reduction of these words, thinking, not only using is second stage, thinking itself. Problem, no, but try. So what do you should do? Change into challenge or opportunity to the problem and say yes categorically. The moment you say yes, your energy and your focus is to how to meet it. And the moment you say no, your energy will go only justifying no. So the moment you say yes, I'm sure you will be successful most of the time. I had been. However, don't say but, don't connect the sentence. If at all you need to connect, put however, otherwise use separate sentence without but. And will or will not. Be categorically clear, but don't put the try. So, and love yourself. These two techniques, these are the programs. A few I have given. I have 50 years of my working life experiences and 58 years of my teaching. I started teaching at the age of 8 years, KG to PhD. So, dear, transformation I had on myself, and from there, that's why the moment I heard Transformation Day celebration, I jump into, and I'm grateful, thankful to Khushal to give me opportunity, and his team work tirelessly for more than 2 weeks to bring to this stage. Thank you all for listening patiently. I know that there's no question answer session, but however, see my detail and note down, and you will get a reply definitely, whether phone call or if phone I'm not attending, I will call back. Email, definitely reply within 24 hours, I guarantee. So with this, I'm grateful to all of you. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. K.S. Gupta. And this was an amazing session. I truly love that. The way you have explained, and people are also loving it. People are also enjoying it. And that's the reason I want to, my friend Amit to resonate with this. And I believe people are learning over here, not only loving, also learning. Hey, Amit, I believe you are also learning. Are you learning? If you are learning, just give me a high five stating that I'm learning. Just give me a high five. And even if you're watching on YouTube, even if you are watching at YouTube or somewhere else and you are thinking, I am not hearing you. So, guys, let me tell you, I am listening to you aloud, and I would request you to give me high five stating this one, because when you declare, you design it for yourself. Okay. So, give me high five again and say this with me. I am learning. I'm learning. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for doing so. Yes, Amit, over to you. Kindly bring out the another speaker. I am impatiently waiting for him. Thank you. Over to you, Amit. Please
Thank you
bring
so
it.
much.